Hey everybody, welcome back to Best of the Month for September 2016, where a bunch of us are going to be telling you about our favorite new to us games over the previous month and why we liked it so much. So here we go. I'm going to kick things off. September was kind of a slow month for me, but I did get to play a couple of trick-taking games, which always makes me happy. And so my game of the month is going to go to Take the A Chord, a clever trick-taking game with a really cool theme, that theme being a music, jazz. All the players are sort of jamming together. And it's got a very interesting aspect in which you, throughout the round, can change trump, can change what cards are strong, what cards are weak, and the ranking of the cards against each other is sort of fluid as the game plays on. Very cool game. I recommend that if you are a fan of trick-taking games, looking for something unique, interesting, clever in that realm, which I find sometimes is missing. This one nails it. Definitely check it out.
Hey folks, thanks for coming back for another Best of the Month. I really enjoy doing these because it gives us the opportunity to show you something that may have flown under your radar, but maybe not. The one that I was thinking about, there were two games that I played this month that really could have this spot nailed down. The first one is Cry Havoc, but that's not the one that I'm playing now. I love Cry Havoc, don't get me wrong. Number one though for me this month, this one came out of the dark, and that is this one right here, Hanami Koji by Emperor S4 Games. And boy, oh boy, did this one just come out of left field, smack me right between the eyes and say, choose me for your best of the month. And so I am. Really quick, two-player card game that has a serious amount of depth in it as far as the gameplay is concerned. It seems really light and fun, and it is. But there's a lot of tactics, there's a lot of strategy that goes behind the decisions you have to make in this one. So if you're a two-player game fan, you like something that you can just grab and go with, but it still has a lot of depth and a lot of meaty decisions that need to be made, this is your Huckleberry right here, folks. So go check it out. Hanami Koji, my best for September.
A great evil slumbers under the very soil you tread, my friend. It hides behind the darkness that fills the midnight void in the sky. My pick this month is Pandemic Reign of Cthulhu from Z-Man Games for 2 to 4 players ages 14 and up and plays around 40 minutes. In this version of Pandemic, you and your fellow players are investigators. You must work together to seal 4 gates to prevent the awakening of Cthulhu, or the area from being overrun by cultists or Shoggoths. And of course, you must avoid going insane. Failure means the unleashing of an age of madness. If you are a fan of Pandemic and Cthulhu-themed games, this one is a must pick up. Well, even if you have no idea about who or what Cthulhu is, I still highly recommend this one. All the great co-op experience of Pandemic is here, with some fun twists. I love the artwork, theme, characters, and high pressure of this version. The introduction of the old ones throughout the game really adds a fun, unknown element, and is my favorite aspect of this new version. Each old one brings their own set of game-changing rules to bear against you and your fellow investigators. I might even say it makes a bit of a legacy-type game. Granted, limited, yes, but the game does evolve over time as each old one is revealed. You do have some new weapons in your arsenal as well, in the form of relics, but beware, as the use of relics may cause the user to go insane. Big thumbs up for this one, but keep an eye out for what lurks in the dark.
So my game of the month, which I'm guessing a lot of other people put, is Mechs and Minions. I'm not going to talk about the game so much because I think you guys seen enough about the game, but in my opinion, it's incredible. I'm already slated October 13th. I'm actually going to be in Essen, so I have someone picking it up for me. That's how excited I am about this game. For a $75 price point, you are getting one of the most fabulously produced games, and it's one that I think everyone should put in their collection. I hear there's 30,000 copies. Go out and get it. October 13th, Mechs and Minions. It's amazing. It combines, you know, the programming of Robo Rally, the dungeon crawl aspect of fighting millions of things. It's mind-blowing and really is game-changing.
Hey, my game of the month is not very original, I guess. It's also Mechs and Minions, or Mechs vs. Minions. Now, I know a lot of people, when we first talked about this game, thought we were blinded by just the bling that's inside this game. And that's definitely true, right? For $75, The amount of stuff you get here is amazing. But let's take all that out of the way. It's a programming game where you run through a line of games. And this is not even the first game to do that, but it is the first game that lets you upgrade those and do it in a cooperative fashion. See, Robo Rally and other robot games like this, those games are kind of fun, but when you're working together against millions of minions that are coming in after you, millions might be a slight exaggeration, but there's a ton coming in, it's just so much fun. And then the storyline nature of the game. Then, when you add in the great components, it's even better. But even without all that stuff, it really is a fun, amazing game, one that's instantly in my collection.
September 2016 is a very memorable month because it's the month that this lovely, beautiful game came into my life. Scythe is, to me, everything that is good about board games in a box. It brings together many of my different gaming groups. I can play this with my wife, who doesn't like area control and conflict. I can play this with my heavy gamer group, who is all about thinking everything out into the last bit. I can play it casually. So for me, this is the game of the month. The art is beautiful. I got it actually in August. On the day that I went on a holiday for 3 weeks to France, I didn't have room enough in my car, so I just took out the minis, took out some paint, and spent the whole 3 weeks in the sun in France painting those figures. And of course that helps. It enhances my love for the game, as does the stuff I paid for. I paid extra for to have a bigger board. I paid extra to have metal coins and realistic resource tokens. But it is worth it. Something really weird needs to happen for this not to be in my top 2 of best games of 2016.
Scythe.
Howdy folks, Rebecca and Hunter here from Family Showdown.
And my game of the month, I don't actually own my game of the month, but I played it at West Texas Tabletop Con a couple weeks ago, and that game is Quartz. Quartz is an awesome little press your luck game where you're pulling gems out of the bag until you lose all your gems. At least that's how I play that game.
Yes, and my game of the month is Deception Murder in Hong Kong. I finally got to play this. Hunter's played it a few times before, but I got to play this at West Texas Tabletop Con and got to play this. Actually, you can see it at Pub Meeple, and it was absolutely a blast to play. If you want to play a new group game where you're trying to figure out who the bad guy is and there's an accomplice, there's so much going on in this game. It's really fun. I highly recommend Deception Murder in Hong Kong.
Hello, and my pick for the month of September is Salvation Road, designed by Michael Kelly and Peter Goussis and published by Van Ryder Games. This is a 1 to 4 player board game set in a post-apocalyptic world where you're going out and trying to collect resources in different locations so you can make the road to safety, which is called salvation. Now, the reason why I like this game is that at every point, it's kind of like a push your luck game where do you want to stay in your compound one more turn? Do you want to search that same location one more time and move the threat marker up one more time? A lot of decisions in this game. And also, at the very end, you don't know what kind of resources you're going to need. So, great game. Please check it out. Salvation Road.
Hey, Ben here from How To Fun. This month, my game of the month is Legends of Andor. It's a fantastic co-op game. It's not new, has been out for a couple of years, but I decided to pull the trigger on it because of the new big box expansion that's coming out here shortly. So I thought I'd give it a go. I'd heard that it was a very Euro-y co-op game, and I love Euros, love co-ops, so I figured it'd be a good fit for me. Bought it, I sat down, opened it up, started reading through some of the rules, and I knew that immediately this was a game for me. So before ever playing it, I actually went out and bought both of the small expansions, the Star Shield and the 5 to 6 player expansion, adding some new heroes. And this game did not disappoint. Let me tell you, it went over so well with my friends. We played once, twice, I think 3 times over the course of one weekend. But yeah, it's a great game. Like I said, if you love co-ops, if you love very efficient, you know, can't do everything you want to do in the small amount of time you're given Euros, you'll love this game. It's very fun. I highly recommend it. That is Legends of Andor.
Hello everyone, it's Ferdinand the Cardboard Stacker, and my game of the month is going to be Archaeology. And yes, the game came out a few months ago, in the beginning of the year. I finally got it because it finally got reprinted and it was available at my local gaming store. And so, really enjoyed this game. I also still have the original Archaeology, and this is one of the games that I usually take out for new beginners. In Archaeology, you are one of the archaeologists going in somewhere in Egypt to find some relics, and then you're getting those relics, piecing them together, and then you're going to sell them to the museum for points, and that's how you win, is getting the most points. And again, I really like this game for gamers and non-gamers. There is enough strategy in there, and it's also simple enough for new gamers to understand. Now, comparing this to the older version Archaeology, this reprint really makes me happy. There's different scenarios. You only had one type of scenario in the first one. Now you have five different ones that you can do, including the original one too. And the other wonderful things about it is it has art, really nice art, way better than the original. It has better and upgraded graphic design, so it's easier to read, and it looks really nice. Go ahead and check out Archaeology next time you're at your local gaming store.
For me, it's got to be Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. I love the first edition of Mansions of Madness with the puzzles and working together to try to get stuff done and the keeper working against the other players. But 2nd Edition streamlines all of that, takes away the keeper, makes it so it's fully cooperative and still has awesome puzzles and even enhances the story for the game. I love how you're working together as a team, trying to figure out what's going on in these different scenarios. There's an application that runs the whole thing. The application does cool things, like allows the puzzles to be part of the app, so you can do cool little mini games to try to progress the game, and it works with the stats on your characters. And then there's also like non-player characters inside the application that you can interact with. They'll do different things when you interact with them on different times. It allows the maps to be randomly generated. It allows to have different crazy events when you're attacking monsters, or different mythos like events that happen to your characters on the end of the turns, and also keeps track of all the fiddly stuff in the game. So the setup for this game, way better than 1st edition, makes it amazing. So if you're looking for a great cooperative game with that Lovecraft feel, check out Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition.
And that's it for us, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to hear about more cool new games we've been playing and enjoying, we'll see you again next month.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc. Cool stuff in stock. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower.